Well, hello again. It's been a while since I posted, but life has been busy. I thought I would do a little video today on what's in the camera bag, what am I carrying at the moment, and more significantly, why am I carrying what I'm carrying. Okay, probably like most of you, I don't carry all of my kit in this bag, so I pack it for particular purposes. I've just had a busy commercial spell doing commercial photography, and I'm coming into a season now where I want to focus much more on creative work. So I have a particular project in mind, more on that later, perhaps even in another video, certainly in other videos to come. So I have packed according to what I'm going to be shooting. So first up in here is the main camera that I'll be using, the EOS 7D DSLR. It's a crop sensor, but absolutely nothing wrong with that. I tend to carry it with the tripod mount fixed to it. It just simply means it's ready to pop on a tripod should I need to do that. At the moment in the bag it's carrying the 18 to 55mm zoom lens. Just for convenience sake, if I find if I have that on it, then I'm covered for a lot of situations that I might just come across on my way to do something. So that stays nice and handy. That's in there. But I'm taking also this Sigma lens. It's a what is it? It's a 50mm prime lens, f1.4. So that gives me the opportunity to have a nice shallow depth of field should I want that. But I wanted to carry this particularly for the discipline of shooting with a prime with a fixed focal length. And I'm kind of entertaining the idea of using 50s, so or using multiples of 5 rather, so 50mm lens, f5.6 maybe, and maybe a time exposure, maybe 5 seconds, something like that. So it's just a germ of an idea that's kicking around in my head at the moment. So we're carrying this lens, stow the lens hood on it, mounted downwards because it fits into the bag more easily. While we're on lenses, I'm also going to carry this 55 to 200mm zoom, again lens hood stowed in reverse on it, easier for carrying in the bag, and that just gives me that longer range if I want it. It's unlikely, to be honest, that I'll use this. I'm more likely to be going wider for some of the shots that I have in mind, but I want to have this in the bag as an option. I mentioned time exposure, so we've also got in here a set of filters. So I use, these are SRBs. I've got my filter ring and various adapter rings, so it fits all of my lenses, and we can slot filters into there, and I carry ND filters mostly. Again, if I want to have a time exposure, I want to minimize the amount of light coming into the camera so that I can have a longer exposure time. So these are essential for that, particularly at this warmer, sunnier, brighter time of year. Coming down, lens cloth, very important to keep that in the bag and handy. And in here, a little box that carries a multi-tool. I'm not sure how well you can see that. It's various kind of like screw heads and things. That's great for tightening on the mount, you know, for the tripod mount. If I need to do that, gets it nice and tight. Also gets off. Also in here I've got this little adapter which allows me to pop that onto the hot shoe screw it down, and with the screw thread at the top I can mount other things on here if I need to, maybe like a fixed light or something. It's just doesn't take up any space, and it's handy to have those things in the bag. Just gives me that extra little bit of option. Also importantly, basically in here it's simply spare batteries and a charger. So I don't like to go away from home without having spare batteries, and also without having the capacity to charge them up should I need to, although I tend to carry plenty of batteries. I tend to take three or four plus what's in the cameras themselves. Also in here I have this little bag which just contains different cables that I might use to download things from the camera. To be honest, I've seldom used these, very seldom used these. I tend to take the card out the camera, use a card reader, but it takes up a little space and it's handy just to have in there. And then in the lid here I've got this bag of sundries, and in here what I have is a little LED fixed light. Again, this is one of these things I could just mount on top of the camera with that little adapter. That also has a charger cable with it. I've got this little gizmo which has a screw thread in the bottom. I could screw that onto a light stand, or again on top of the camera as an extra thing I can mount things onto there. Spare battery, spare 9-volt, spare double A's, should I need those for something. And just to check, I've got a little battery tester and cable release. So that's all that's in there. And up in the top here I have, oh, this is a body cap and a lens cap, and in there I keep a coin which as a fallback is really handy just for tightening on those adapter plates for tripod mounts. And I've got a pen knife which I carry in there just in case I need to cut anything, and another mini lens cloth tucked up in there with one or two other little filters. And then in the front of the bag I've got these cable ties. I think they're called Red Whip cable ties. They are brilliant, really good. This little thing that slides along and allows you to tighten things off. So you just kind of wrap it round like that, lock it off, and there is your cable tie. And there's a couple of dead fingers also. But yeah, these are so useful, just to keep things together. And yeah, so many uses for these, so many that I can't actually think of any right now. But yeah, I use these a lot. So they stash in the front of the bag and are kept pretty handy. So that is pretty much the contents of the bag. I'll also travel with a tripod. I'll also, if I'm going to be making videos of what I'm shooting in these projects, I'll be carrying the video camera as well as a tripod for that. So that's just extra by way of the production for the video. So that's what's in the bag. It's it's packed for the specific purpose of what I plan to be shooting, which is a creative project. Essentially, very briefly, what I have in mind for that is using a wooden chair, which I bought a couple of years back with a vague idea that I might use it, and I now have a clearer idea of how I might use that. So coming up will be some videos about doing shots with that chair, and they'll be out and about because we're into the summer now. Nice weather. Be choosing my times of day maybe carefully, because at the height of the day you might not always want that sun too bright, too directional, lots of contrast. So I might be going for more morning shots, evening shots. We'll see how it goes. But that, anyway, for the moment, is what's in the bag. Well, of course, that wasn't quite everything that's in the camera bag. I forgot to mention these. These are my backup memory cards, two different types, one for each of the camera bodies that I use. And I think the reason I forgot them is that these live permanently in my camera bag, and I'm so accustomed to them being there, I just overlooked them in the tour round the bag. So these are a permanent fixture in my camera bag. And that really concludes today's video. So once again, thank you for tuning in, thank you for watching, thanks for your support of the channel. If you've liked this, please do remember, give it the thumbs up, and do please consider subscribing, and if you do that, turn on notifications, then you'll be advised every time I post new content. So for now, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.